2022 FIA WTCR season kicked off in southwest France on the streets of Pau, the city in the foothills of the Pyrenees with a track known as the Mini Monaco. With the new season came changes. Some familiar faces in familiar places, but for Michele Ascona, a change from CUPRA to Hyundai. This is the class of 2022. The 2022 season is underway here in Pau. Great start from pole from Nesta Girolami, Esteban Guerrieri right behind him. Ivan Muller in third, tucks in behind. Yann Alesi, the champion, chasing Nathaniel Berton. Alesi in fifth place, Berton in fourth, the top Audi. And here comes the Audi right behind Ivan Muller, looking for third place. Girolami easing away out front, Muller under pressure from Nathaniel Berton, and Yann Alesi is right behind them. Berton tantalisingly close to a podium, but somehow he's got to get by the veteran Muller.
So be clever, because I guess Vila is playing the game for Alsace, so be clever, keep pushing.
Last couple of minutes here in Pau, and it might be a couple of minutes too long for Nathaniel Berton. He's dropped back from Ivan Muller in third, and he's really struggling here now, all over the road. Disaster for Nathaniel Berton. Can he hang on to the end? It's going to be tough on these city streets. There's no margin for error, and with a puncture he's going to be slow on the straight as well. Right front looks like it's starting to shred itself to bits. Here comes Yann Alesi looking to the inside. Can he get by? Yes, he can. And the doors open for Marcin Kwa and the Hyundai right behind Michele Ascona. Ascona, contact! And Berton is off. Flawless drive from Nesta Girolami. From pole position to victory, he starts the season with maximum points, a 1-2 for All In Called Munich Motorsport, ahead of Ivan Muller in third. Ready to go for race 2 in Pau. Norby Mikulits, Attila Tashi, the front row men, and Norby trying to close off Tashi, contact! They are both out, surely after that hard impact with the barriers. Does everybody else get through? Yes, they just about do. Norby's moving, Tashi is not, and that surely is going to mean a safety car. Safety car pulls in, we go back to green flag racing. The leader is Michele Ascona, but for how much longer? Look at Santi Arusha right behind the Uruguayan driver. Left, right, left, right, left, right, all over the place. Trying to confuse the Spaniard as he goes the long way round the outside at the hairpin. That's not going to work. Lincoln Coast side by side, Yann Alesi, and around the outside goes Marcin Kwa. Mar passes Alesi, and Alesi into the pits. And the car is down on the right-hand side. Looks like a puncture. A disaster for the defending champion. Does not need a zero this early in the season. It's a right front puncture. They ride the curb so hard here to keep the speed up. Fourth in race 1, Alesi's just in the points.
I want to cry. Yeah, mate, it's tough, but that's the way the shit goes sometimes. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock, we just got to bring it to the line. We get points for P14.
Second race of the season, and our second different winner, Michele Ascona, and a first time ever for him in a Hyundai. He leads with Santiago Arusha some way back in second. Victory for Ascona, maximum points for race 2. Nesta Girolami and Esteban Guerrieri leading the hunt after the first round. Ascona in third place. The second race weekend of 2022, and perhaps the most challenging circuit of them all, the Nordschleife of the Nürburgring. But after qualifying, the organisers were forced to make a decision to suspend the action. Race 1 and Race 2 would not take place for safety reasons following tyre issues. Safety is always the paramount concern, and a replacement race weekend later in the season would be organised. Race weekend number 3 and a return to familiar ground, to the Hungaroring and its crazy Hungarian fans. Away we go for race 1 in Hungary. Michael Sconer on pole. Third in the championship coming in here. Nathaniel Berton right behind, but look around the outside, goes 68. That is Jan Erliché, the reigning champion, defending his title. They're going to be 3 wide around the outside. Gilles Magnus, phenomenal effort in the blue Audi, just runs out of road on the exit. He's not the only one either. Down the hill they stream to turn 2. Ascona with the inside line. Berton on the outside. Erliché third, Magnus in fourth, everybody else side by side. Points leader is Nesta Girolami, but under pressure for 7th place now from Santiago Arusha. And Arusha was a real front runner in the championship last season, may yet want to be again. Michael Ascona leading the race still from Nathaniel Berton. Girolami clinging on in 7th. Last lap, here we go. Nathaniel Berton in 2nd place, Jan Erliché in 3rd. Berton drifting a little wide, too wide. Through comes Erliché. Looks like the Audi has just run out of tyre on the last lap. A puncture took him out of the top 3 in Po, and now he's lost 2nd place in Hungary. Checker flag awaits. Michael Ascona for Hyundai is going to win his 2nd straight race. Ascona ahead of Erliché and Berton, and with Girolami down in 7th, Ascona now leads the standings. Santiago Arusha on pole, Rob Huff alongside for the home team Zengo here in Hungary. Away we go. And look at that, Arusha shuts the door very early. Girolami in 3rd. Going around the outside, Norbert Mikulits. Could Norby win here at home? This track has not often been kind to the Hungarian driver. Everybody safely through turn 1, down the hill. Arusha leads, Rob Huff in 2nd. And 3rd place is still Nesta Girolami. Michael Ascona stuck in the midfield. Oh, contact! Danny Nagy gets nudged out. That's Ted Björk. Through goes Mehdi Banani. The yellow Audi is Tom Coronel. Smokes up the inside, contact. He hits Nagy, who hits Björk. They're both off. And Nagy has lost a tyre, so he will be heading into the pits. Oh, goodness, that was all action there. Santiago Arusha still leading in the final lap here at the Hungaroring. Rob Huff, could he pull off a huge victory for Zoltán Zengo's tiny crew in the CUPRA? Checker flag awaits, and it is going to be victory surely for Lincoln Co.'s Santiago Arusha.
Yes, guys, yes! Yes! Come on!
3rd place in race 2 for Nesta Girolami keeps him in the hunt as Arusha, our 3rd race winner of the season, moves up to 3rd behind points leader Ascona. Delight for Hungarian Zoltán Zengo and his tiny crew as they take 2nd place at home in Hungary. 4th race weekend of the FIA WTCR for 2022, and we find ourselves back in Motorland Aragón in Spain. Revs rise and away we go. Good start from Gilles Magnus on pole position. Nathaniel Berton alongside him. And look at the lighter blue car round the outside. Jan Erlechet. Rob Huff's right there. The white Zengo Motorsport CUPRA. Third last race in Hungary. Squeezes through on the inside. Gets by Berton. And it's Gilles Magnus who leads. And now Huff is inside Erlechet. Huff's up to second place. This is fantastic starting from the former World Touring Car champion Rob Huff. Down the inside comes the yellow windscreen visor. That is our points leader. Michele Ascona takes 6th place from Santiago Arusha. And look, right behind car number 5, Norbert Mikulits. Oh, off, trouble. And that is Danny Nagy. Hungarian driver in the CUPRA. The tyre is shredding the car as they come down the straight. Here's the battle for 3rd place. Nathaniel Berton in the yellow Audi, right behind Michele Ascona. Checker flag is out. Victory for Gilles Magnus. Link & Co with pole here for race 2 in Aragón. Marcin Kła, but right behind him, 2 Hyundais. Here we go. Good start from Mar from pole. Shuts the door on the inside. That's Norbert Mikulits. Then tries to cover the outside. That's Michele Ascona with the yellow windscreen strip. The white car is Danny Nagy on the inside. And now on the outside of Santi Arusha. Drifting out wide, Norbert Mikulits comes back in past the tyre stack, takes the lead. Somebody's off wide. Oh, and there's trouble. Contact behind. And a yellow Audi, that's Tom Coronel. Coronel unsighted and unable to avoid Norbert Mikulits. They're both out. Great race for Danny Nagy. Marcin Kła behind him, and then Michele Ascona and Rob Huff. Could Danny Nagy be our first race winner for Zengo this season? Ascona has gone by Mar. Ascona up to 2nd. Danny Nagy leads. CUPRA won here last year with Michele Ascona at the wheel. Can they do it again with Danny Nagy ahead of Michele Ascona? Here comes the challenge for the lead. Nagy runs out wide. Ascona is tight and cars off everywhere. Ascona leads. Victory in Spain for Michele Ascona. There's Zoltan Zengo, his car's 2nd and 4th. Ascona now 30 points clear of the squabbling pack. Magnus, Arusha, Huff and Erlechet covered by just 7 points. We continue our season on the streets of Villarreal in Portugal. Fast, demanding, and with a twist. At Villarreal, there is a joker lap that must be taken once in the race by every driver. It's slightly longer, going the wrong way round the roundabout, and the strategy of when you take your joker lap can have a profound effect on your race. It's something else for the engineers to think about and to discuss with their drivers while they're doing 160 miles an hour between the steel barriers. Santiago Arusha leads them away from Jan Erlechet, then Nesta Girolami in 3rd place. Flying around these unforgiving city streets and straight onto the joker lap goes Arusha. Erlechet moves through for the lead. So Jan Erlechet slowed down to allow Santi Arusha back in front to lead the Link & Co 1-2 in Villarreal.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good work. Thank you. Thank you, Jan.
Santi Arusha, Jan Erlechet and Nesta Girolami, the 1-2-3, race 1 in Villarreal. They are all still in the hunt. Here we go for race 2 in Portugal. If Vallelunga starts on pole position the first time in 5 years, he's got Attila Tasci right behind, and then the points leader Michele Ascona. Ascona must stay out of trouble. Ducks out of that move inside Tasci. Muller leading from Rob Huff. Muller takes the Joker lap. This must be clean. It's very slow for Ivan Muller. Huff goes into the lead. Tasci follows through, and Ascona as well. That did not go well for Ivan Muller. A late safety car helped Rob Huff to victory. He closes to 23 points behind Ascona, with Arusha and Erlache now up to second and third. Hyundai ahead of the two Cyan Racing teams. A huge result for Rob Huff and for the tiny Zengo Motorsport crew. Victory on the streets of Villarreal. Attila Tasci taking second. Michele Ascona another podium in third. Round 6 of the FIA WTCR for 2022 and a brand new venue, Autodromo Piero Taruffi at Vallelunga outside Rome.
Box this time, make sure you do not pass any other blue cars on the way in. You stay in the same position relative to each other. Okay, Ivan, box this lap, remember it's not allowed to overtake. Okay, you confirm, I confirm. Then on this one. Yeah, I confirm. Okay.
A series of tyre issues forced Lynk & Co to pull all 5 cars from the race. Here's our pole man. Nesta Girolami gets away nicely. Michele Ascona right alongside him on the front row. The points leader with a great opportunity here. The Hyundai very slippery, very quick. Sweeps around the outside into turn 2. Mind the bump in the middle. Can he get there? Yes, he does. Through 3. Down into turn 4. Girolami on the inside of Ascona. Well, he holds on, but it is going to be a long race in the near 40-degree heat here in Rome. Ascona in second, and a challenge from Nathaniel Berton dies by Norbert Mikulits for third. Enormous frustration for Lynk & Co drivers and teams. Unbelievable stuff from Nesta Girolami. He hangs on to the checkered flag. He's going to win in Rome. A much-needed win for Nesta Girolami, but Michele Ascona in second, scoring really strongly again. Gilles Magnus taking third in race 1 in Vallelunga. All 5 Lynk & Co cars again pit at the end of the formation lap. There will be no race 2 for them. All Audi front row, Gilles Magnus and Mehdi Benani, away they go. Attila Tasci right there in the best of the Hondas. And then Nathaniel Berton, almost always right there in that yellow Audi. All side by side. And on the dirt there, 25, that's Mehdi Benani, trying to keep his nose in front of Attila Tashi. The Honda's very aggressive here. Tashi up to second. And there you can see Ascona under real pressure from Nesta Girolami. And that is for 6th or 7th as Berton moves through by Benani for 3rd. 3 Audis in the top 4. Ascona up to 5th position. And Guerrieri passes Girolami for 7th. Battle for 4th, Mehdi Benani, the blue Audi ahead of Mikel Ascona. Somebody's making strange noises. Benani's off. Puncture. Everybody struggling with tyres here in Vallelunga.
Slow down, we swap positions again and save tyres. Slow down, we swap positions and save tyres, understand? Okay.
Esteban Guerrieri will drop back behind Nesta Girolami, who's better placed in the championship, to give his teammate more points and to try and hold off Rob Huff. It'll be an Audi 1-2 with Mikel Ascona in 3rd. Gilles Magnus wins it from Nathaniel Berton. Girolami now 2nd in the points as the Lynk & Co drivers drop away. For the 7th race weekend, a brand new venue in Alsace in the northeast of France, the Anneau du Rhin circuit, and it is the home track for Ivar Muller and Jan Erlaché. But they will not get to race here. The big story, Lynk & Co have withdrawn all 5 cars from the championship.
When you do a big change and you do a car change, team change, manufacturer change, for sure you need a time to adapt yourself. But straight away, I was very quick. I need only a few days to adapt to the Hyundai Elantra TCR car. It's incredible to be leading the championship on 26 years old. It's fantastic. I remember 6-7 years ago watching the WTCC races from my house, and now I'm leading the championship.
Mikel is very quick. He's a very aggressive driver, but very fair, so I think it will be an interesting fight.
Nestor is a very good driver, very professional, and is one of the most toughest driver of the grid. So I really like to fight against him, battling to the limit, but always respecting each other, which is very nice.
He was fighting with my brother last year, and now fighting with me, so he's get used to fight with the Girolamis.
I have 36 points margin, which I can play a little bit more than him. So it's giving me a more relaxed situation.
I cannot tell you my strategy because that means they will know it.
Nesta Girolami, Mikel Ascona is drawing alongside him and he's going to try and go right around the outside.
We did a very good job so far, and now the last 3 events we have to play our cars in the best way possible.
We all know Rob Huff, how tough he is as a driver. He's world champion already, so at the level he has is incredible. He is P3 on the championship. We had some fights already. He is always trying everything for the overtake, for the move. He is putting you all the time into the limit, like everybody here in WTCR. So this is the highest level of touring car in the world.
So we will push as hard as possible to get the championship for Honda and for all Inkel. So let's keep the momentum up.
We have a chance to be world champion. I will use the opportunity and I will do my best for sure, especially to thank my family and everybody who are supporting me on my career.
A vital pole for Nesta Girolami. Away we go here in Alsace, the very first start on this track. But right behind Nathaniel Berton as Coronel comes out wide, and the speed of the Audi and the Hyundai of Ascona is going to be superb. Out of the final corner, Girolami can do nothing. Victory for Berton. The Frenchman wins in France. Final race in France, final race in Europe for FIA WTCR. Away we go. Good start from poleman Mehdi Benani, but look at Rob Huff. Has the CUPRA got the speed on the straight? Nürburgring Michaelis in third. And Huff has somehow got by the Audi. It's going to be a long race for Rob Huff, trying to hang on ahead of Mehdi Benani. Huff does it again, and he remains third in the points.
Thank you.
Another remarkable win for Rob Huff. Mikel Ascona again on the podium in third, and he will take a handy points lead as they head to the final two race weekends in the deserts of the Middle East. Penultimate race weekend of the 2022 FIA WTCR at the Bahrain International Circuit in the heat of the desert. Race one under lights here in Bahrain. Away we go. Good start from Mikel Ascona. Nathaniel Berton very slowly away. Looks like he's got problems. Esther Girolami goes by him as well. And there is Attila Tashi. So Berton with a dreadful start, but Mikel Ascona leads. Berton behind Attila Tashi. He's got Nicky Katzberg right in front of him as well. And Esteban Guerrieri trying to find a way through. It's all arms and elbows, all contact. Katzberg gets spun round. I think the initial contact was Guerrieri, then Franco Girolami. Tom Coronel right with Attila Tashi, turns the Hungarian driver around. Coronel will have a penalty for that for sure. Battle for third with Nesta Girolami. Here comes Nathaniel Berton. Can he squeeze by? Yes, he does. Down the hill he comes. He's up to third. Ascona leads. And this is really starting to put things beyond the reach of Ascona's rivals. Tom Coronel next to attack Nesta Girolami. Down the inside comes the Audi into turn one. And he moves up as well. He's now up to fourth. And Mehdi Benani is hovering behind. Final lap in Bahrain. Race one victory goes to Mikel Ascona. A fourth win for the Spaniard. First win for Mikel Ascona since Motorland at Aragón back in July, but he's only been off the podium once in the intervening 6 races. Mikel Ascona looking more and more likely to be the champion. Another win for the Spaniard in the Hyundai. Final race in Bahrain, Mehdi Benani on pole position, away we go. Good start alongside him from Franco Girolami, one of the 2 newcomers that come to you in the 77, the yellow Audi. But look at that, Esteban Guerrieri. The Honda goes around the outside. Gil Magnus on the dirt, trying to get by Girolami. Contact, and that's Benani. And Girolami is off as well, and Magnus must be damaged too. Disaster for the Audis. Esteban Guerrieri leads, Nürburgring Michaelis second, more trouble behind, that's Benani again. Katzberg up to third, Mikel Ascona around the outside of Nesta Girolami. And this is really coming to the crux point of the season. Ascona with more points has got more speed. Ascona passes the Honda. Nesta Girolami really struggling in this second race here in Bahrain. Tom Coronel comes through on the inside. He's up to 6th, Girolami to 7th. And here comes Franco Girolami, Nesta's younger brother. His Audi also quicker than his brother's Honda. Nesta Girolami's title hopes are evaporating in the desert sunshine. Benani goes by for 8th. Victory for Norbert Michelis, unbelievably only his 2nd podium of the year. Michele Ascona and Nesta Girolami remain the only 2 title candidates, but Girolami leaves Bahrain 60 points adrift. For the Argentinian driver, it is all but mission impossible. The season finale, the last races for FIA WTCR will be on the street circuit in Jeddah. The title seems all but settled in favour of Michele Ascona.
For the last round here in Jeddah, everything is much more better. It's looking so good for us, so yeah, I'm more relaxed. Now I have the chance to win the championship, so I'm very proud of that, and until I finish everything, I will work as maximum as possible. In qualifying, if we are at least P3, we can win the championship.
The question is less if Michele Ascona will be champion, more when. It could happen in qualifying. A slipstreaming queue of Hyundais helps Michele Ascona to the 2nd fastest time. And now Nesta Girolami must make it through to Q3. With precious little fuel in the tank, he gives it everything. But there is just not quite enough pace in the Honda. Girolami comes up a long way short, only 12th fastest. It's all over. The title is Ascona's.
Michele Ascona Trojan, you are the WTCR 2022 champion. Congratulations, man. Super. What a season, guys! What a season! You are the best.
I worked all my life for that, very hard, last 4 years here in WTCR. I wanted to be here, winning the championship, but basically this is all life work, starting from my family, my parents, mama, papa, thank you for everything, thank you very much for everything. You gave me this opportunity to play on this sport that now at this moment I love, motorsport, and now we are world champion. We coming from a very little family with a little village in Navarra, and now we are world champion. This is unbelievable. I don't know, I don't have words.
There is still the business of 2 races to be run here on this demanding street circuit in Jeddah. Poleman Nathaniel Berton alongside Norbert Michelis. Out go the lights, away we go. Yellow flags wave. Somebody's not moved. It's Atalatashi. Berton shutting down Norbert Michelis, and inside Ascona comes Tom Coronel. He gets 3rd in the Audi. Nathaniel Berton wins in Jeddah.
Yeah, we're doing pressure in Europe. Good job. Thanks to the team.
The final race of the 2022 season, and time to say goodbye to FIA WTCR.
Hello everyone, this is the last race of WTCR. It feels a little bit strange to finish a year of WTCR, but I really enjoyed being with 4 years with Honda.
The final pole of the year for Attila Tashi in a Honda from Victor Davidovsky in the blue Audi. Good start from Tashi. Didn't get away at the start of race 1, but he does in race 2. Davidovsky in second, but look at Esteban Guerrieri. Goes out very wide. He's going to cut back and try for second place, and through he goes. Franco Girolami in the blue Audi down the inside, and Nicky Katzberg gets it all wrong. Hits the leader. Tashi is out. Katzberg is out. That's a disaster. Race 1 winner, Berton on the inside of Rob, half trying to go through, there's contact. Oh, broken suspension, Berton's out. Well, that car is going nowhere, is it?
Okay, he moved again on the braking! I told you, he moved again on the braking! Final lap. Please, we'll finish on the safety car.
Gilles Magnus, the last ever FIA WTCR race winner, and a fine reward for the team for rebuilding the car after what was a personal disaster in Bahrain. And fittingly enough, Michele Ascona finishing in third place. He finished 3/4 of the races on the podium. And that is why Michele Ascona is the final WTCR champion, ahead of Néstor Girolami and Nathaniel Berton. We salute the king of WTCR 2022, Michele Ascona Troyas. A dominant season for Michele and for the Hyundai team.
It's incredible. The feeling is unbelievable, you know, when I hear in YouTube, by radio, from my engineer Antar, Michele Ascona Troyas, you are world champion. Oh man, as a driver, it's the best you can achieve. I had to go for Q3. I couldn't go out from the car, so it was kind of, I wanted to celebrate with my team, but I was on the car, focused for Q3, because even if I won the championship, I wanted to be as quick as possible in Q3. But yeah, I had the opportunity after Q3 lap to run into my team and to celebrate all together, and yeah, we enjoy a lot. I really like these moments. My strongest point, I think, is the capacity to understand a new track or new conditions, mixing conditions in a very short time. For example, when we go to the new track or the weather is raining, we have rain conditions, I love it, because everything is so different, you have to adapt yourself, and I feel myself that I can do it very quickly. I like it. I'm really proud that Gabriele was thinking on me last season when he retires, to say to you that listen, you have to take Michele. For me, it's an idol. Gabriele is an idol. When I was 15 years old, I was watching WTCC races and I was watching him winning races. So as a driver, I tell you that it's very important key on the team. Gabriele is always teaching you, always giving you some advices, which is very important. Going for the race, going for the qualifying, listen, you have to do that, you have to take care on that. And that's something I never had on my career. And honestly, to have Gabriele, it's a privilege, honestly.
A fantastic new partnership built this year that swept all before them on the way to the title. As the 2022 season comes to a close, it marks the end of a chapter. There is no more FIA WTCR, so let's remember the good times.
Creatures of my dreams.